Hi again. I'm Pastor David Durst of New Life Community. Launch date in Lexington, April 10th, 2011. Our desire is to continue the flow of Jesus' life by seeking the lost, sharing our lives, strengthening believers, and sending workers. These are more than just words. And this little video clip is to share what's up in the area of seeking the lost and helping them to find new life in Jesus. Let me start with two convictions we embrace. The first is that we unashamedly lift up Jesus. Our role is not to judge people who do not look to Jesus or orient their lives or faith around Him, but we believe that Jesus is life, the source of life, that He is the unique Son of God and the perfect revelation of our Creator. It is His life that we receive. It is His life that gives us new and eternal life. Second, we believe that while Jesus is the answer, there are a variety of questions that people need answered in Jesus. While Jesus provides the solution, people need that solution to apply to their different dilemmas. A few years ago, I was introduced to a couple of books by a guy named W. Paul Jones. Jones observes 5 different theological orientations or theological worlds in which people live. His concern, as he writes, is that we arrange church in ways that touch the hearts of all 5 kinds of people. What I'm sharing with you here is some rephrasing of his terminology, but more importantly, applying the principles to how we perceive and approach those outside the faith. So I'm talking about this in terms of 5-world evangelism. The 5 worlds are the world of the foreigner, the world of the fighter, the world of the faint, of the fugitive, and the world of the flattened. Many people live with the sense of being a foreigner or an alien. They might say something like this: the universe seems huge and small to me at the same time, and I'm lost in it. I look for meaningful relationships, but they're never enough, and I realize that they are all temporary anyway. The world is mixed up, but I can't change it, nor can I accept its absurdity. Since most people seem to accept the order of things and their place in it, I guess I'm the odd one. I ask why, but I find few answers. It almost feels like I used to be at home and have memories of its tastes and smells, but either it moved or I have wandered too far to find my way back. I'm a bit like Spielberg's E.T., trying to devise a way to phone home, but not at all sure that I can get through. In fact, I wonder if there's really anyone out there to answer. Some people just don't feel like they belong. Many people carry the sense of being a fighter. A fighter might say, I look around and I don't like what I see people going through. I want to do something to free people from oppression and injustice and poverty and hopelessness, those things that continue for so many people. I'm not one of those who can just hope for heaven or a better tomorrow. This earth is a sacred place, and somehow it needs to be set right. Sometimes I've been atheistic, believing that a God could not exist who tolerates such vast amounts of suffering. But in my best moments, I believe that God exists and will yet put suffering to an end. In either case, I'm compelled to fight for right. I don't expect to cure this world, but I do want to make a difference, some lasting contribution to make this world a better place. Fighters want to make societies right. Many people carry the sense of being faint. By that I don't mean they feel like passing out, but they feel like they blend in. They walk with feelings that cause them to say, really deep down, beneath my public face, I feel empty. I wonder if the people who pass me by with barely a notice probably have the right idea. I'm okay. I have my circle of friends, but I feel like I blend in and wonder how much I would really be missed if I disappeared. So mainly I try to get along, to comply with the expectations of others, and to mean something to someone. But I'll admit there's a part of me that is looking to matter more, wishing I could leave a mark on this world. In other words, the faint long for significance. Other people live with a sense of being a fugitive. They might say something like this: I recognize there has often been a gap between what I aspired to be and who I have been. My flaws have been displayed in my thoughts and my actions and in my very humanness. I want to be and do good, but so often I've done the opposite. Some call it selfishness and some sin, but I could just as easily call it me. If there is a God, I'm probably in trouble. But I do things to try to compensate for the wrong things that I have done. Fugitives, in other words, they're not generally bad sinners, in part because they're sensitive to all their shortcomings, but for all of them, they feel the guilt.